you feeling after coming to school after such a long break now?
It feels positive because you get the school environment that you won't get at home. So it really feels good to be back at school. If precautions are taken, preventions are taken. So there's no such fear, but it's all right.
So you feel safe, all good's happening in school now?
Yeah, it feels safe.
I was excited, but of course I was nervous too, because like meeting my all of my friends after 10 months and the teaching and everything. I was quite nervous, but I was really excited to meet all my friends. At first there was a fear, but like in the class, all the SOPs were being followed, and I felt quite safe. Like we were sitting uh, apart from each other, and we were following proper guidelines, and like we were feeling safe.
It's a great feeling. I miss the school like a lot, and it feels really good, and all the precautions have been taken. Of course, we'll fight it out, but of course, we also have to be like cautious. We must take the measures. The fight is not over yet.
So I'll request my camera person to show you the kind of preparations that have been made in the Indraprasth school. You can see the kind of markings which have been made on floor. This is to guide the students according to which way to move. So there is no crisscrossing. You can see this has been, such markings have been made all across the corridor in every floor of the school. You can see that that ways have also been blocked here. So if a person has to move from one place to another, they'll have to follow the markings. If the markings, for example, there are no markings here, if there are no markings here, the students are not allowed to go. So while maintaining social distancing, these markings have been made. Now if we move towards the classrooms, you can see where the capacity of the classrooms is for around 30 people. Only 15 people are allowed. Roll number 1 to 15 have been allowed to sit in this particular classroom. Such arrangements have been done. I'll request my camera person to move in and show you the way these benches have been placed here inside the classroom. So while maintaining social distancing, you can see that the number of chairs per bench has also been reduced on every desk. Where 2 people used to sit, only 1 bench is allowed per person. Where this is an air conditioner room, all these windows have been opened, the curtains have been removed, and all the other curtains which were placed here have been removed so as to maintain the sanitization, so as to avoid and combat COVID-19 spread. So these are the preparations which have been made here at Indraprasth School. How all precautions are being taken with the principal of Indraprasth School. Thank you for speaking with us, sir.
Thank you very much.
So the schools are opening after a long time. Now for you the responsibility has increased because the era is altogether very different. We are jostling, we are combating with a pandemic. So how are you, fighting with all of it? How are you making sure that the safety of students, teacher and your entire staff?
See, the schooling is actually I believe it's a partnership between the home and the school. Unless both ends have faith, trust amongst each other, probably things cannot work. So I started this exercise about 10 days back, right from the beginning of January. I knew now somehow the dates are being announced, the education minister had announced, so school will be opening shortly. So first thing was orientation. I had the orientation program for all my entire team, teachers, support staff, everybody, how to handle, when children come to school. Same is with the parents and the student. We prepared, like I recorded my own video, we prepared a complete entry, in the school. Also, we immediately tied up with the neighborhood hospital, Venkateshwara Hospital. We got a written document signed that in case of any emergency, whether we bring the child to the school or any member, or if it is required, they come to school, it will be taken in emergency. Also, I told the parent that first 3 days, kindly be available on the telephone so that in case it is required, your support.
So how are you, taking care of all the worries, all the apprehensions of the parents?
As I was sharing with you, school organized a virtual tour, which we recorded keeping in mind that 2 teachers acted like a student and how their entry exit. That circulation of video along with my message probably gave a lot of confidence to all my parents. Yes, school is fully ready for that. I think that's the reason in 12th class, for example, in science, my attendance is 70%. I mean, I was so overwhelmed with this one, that much trust in me, giving them the break after 2 periods so the children could physically relax. You know, they have not been sitting that long in a formal environment. Giving them, then those 10 minutes were utilized. Teacher also had lunch with the children in the classroom, that social distancing, and talking to them, because the emotional well-being again is a very, very important component.
You are the chief of Delhi Parents Association. The parents have been worried for a very long time. You've explained that how worried they have been. So how are parents reacting to it? Because schools are taking maximum precautions, and one time had to come when students had to return to schools. So how are you looking at this entire situation now?
See, as far as parents concerned, regarding the private schools parents, तो हमें ये पता है कि प्राइवेट स्कूल्स विल डेफिनेटली टेक केयर ऑफ एवरीथिंग. वट एवर यू से SOP बोल लीजिए, हैंड सैनिटाइजर होंगे, या आपका बच्चों का टेम्परेचर चेक होगा, क्योंकि मॉर्निंग में व्हेन आई वाज हियर तो सब बच्चों का टेम्परेचर भी इन लोगों ने चेक किया था.
In this particular school, I saw that all precautions are being
Yes,
taken.
it's beautifully. You can
As
see.
you are also a parent also.
I'm also
that
parent.
Your student has also, your child has also come to the school for the first time after 9-10 months. So as a parent, I would like to ask you this question, that are you still fearful?
नो नॉट एट ऑल. मॉर्निंग में जब मैं अपनी डॉटर को छोड़ के गई हूँ और मैंने पूरा इनका प्रोसीजर देखा, आप देख सकते हैं मार्कर्स लगे हुए हैं, सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग प्रॉपर, बच्चों का टेम्परेचर, एक एक बच्चों का टेम्परेचर चेक हुआ, उनको हैंड सैनिटाइजर दिया गया, और ये जो मेंटेन किया गया है इस सबको फिजिकली देखने के बाद आई एम क्वाइट सेटिस्फाइड. आई डोंट माइंड टू सेंड माई डॉटर डेली.
See, I'll answer it in two parts. Firstly is about the social distancing and the SOPs. That we really worked hard. She's our administrative officer. With her help, we worked hard. We set out the SOPs. We made an entire video of how school is going to be conducted in for the 5 hours. An entire video with experts has been made, showing them the norms, telling them everything, which has been pre-sent to the children already. So the social distancing norms they are aware of fully. Even if there were some little minor psychological issues, they will all get sorted out with school reopening. It will be a positive impact. So everything is going to be good now.
They were really, really very happy. They were super excited, rather more than us. They were eagerly waiting to get the schools reopen, and they were happy. And the first day was very nice.
I'm right here in front of a school in the Pras, which also welcomed its students today morning with open arms. All the precautions, all the SOPs are being followed in the school. All the norms which have been led out by the government are being followed, from ensuring that the students and the teacher and the entire staff is wearing masks, to sanitization, to social distancing. All things are being kept in mind as the schools are welcoming the students, even as the entire nation is grappling and combating COVID-19 with full force. Though vaccines are out, still the fear persists. However, life must go on. And while maintaining all the norms of to combat COVID-19, from social distancing to wearing masks, all are being taken care of. And students slowly are going back to the schools in the national capital as the new year begins.